featuring your boy, The Dream, and my boy, The Mad Hatter. What's going on, Playboy?
What is up, kid? How you feeling out there today, man?
Oh, man, can't you tell the energy is at an optimal high? I'm feeling good. Made money last night. Back to winning ways. The money line parlay's been dead right. And you, my friend, have been off the chain.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And you know what? We can't forget about the evil genius either, going 7-1 yesterday. You and I swept the board, and hey, that's what it's all about here, kid. We're printing money over here at the biggest show in the world, son.
Yo, that's what it's all about, man. I got hundreds of thank yous, bunches of DMs, people shouting me out, saying, Dream, good looking, good looking, good looking, good looking. And I just want to just keep the energy, keep the flow going. We want to keep everything moving. We got a really solid handle over here on my end. I got a really good feel for the NHL and the NBA right now. Hatter's tearing up the baseball along with Funk Doc, and we all working together, collabo, trying to bring you people the best product that we can offer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And everybody's out on Twitter this morning. Follow us, guys. Sports Betters TV, at Sports Betters TV. Got my man, The Dream _ SBTV, and the evil genius as well, Dr. Dan, kid. We're having a good old time here, rocking and rolling, and that's where all the plays are posted, along with on a documentation site called Cap Protect is where I'm at as well. And we are rocking and rolling, having a good old time, kid. What you got to recap as far as last night was concerned?
Well, yesterday, we did it nice and easy. I was on, I gave out the Tigers on the show, Detroit, as being a stellar baseball play. My baseball is kind of so I really didn't tweet it out because I'm only trying to tweet you guys something I'm 100% strictly positive about. But I did give you the lean on the Detroit Tigers. I also gave you the lean with the New York Rangers yesterday as far as hockey is concerned. Which that, just they pounded out the Penguins. And I believe that the Rangers will now win the next two games, and it's a wrap. The series will be a wrap, or the next one game. Whatever's left, the Rangers win it all. I don't think the Penguins are going to win another game. That's not telling you to go out there and play the exact. That's just telling you what my opinion is. We will get into a couple little ideas I have later as far as the series plays are concerned. On the other side, we had the Minnesota Wild, which was our play that I tweeted out. We took the Wild in a money line parlay with Golden State, which was just not really at all. Actually, Golden State was competitive game. The Wild was not a competitive, as the Blues did not even score. So we hammered that. I also told you I liked the Ducks on the show as well. We had the Detroit Tigers and we had the Kansas City Royals as well as far as baseball is concerned. And then Hatter just tore it up with his picks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, the Bulls was a stomach ache, though, man. What a nasty game that was, huh?
Well, the first half was a stomach ache. But, dude, you talk about it. Them brothers, listen, the NBA, they should merge those two teams. along with like the Hornets and like a couple other teams. I got to tell you that game was like watching soccer.
Oh, I know. I was flipping back and forth between that and the hockey game. The hockey game was way more exciting than that.
The hockey game, listen, right now, I got to tell you guys, playoff hockey, I mean, I know you guys might not get into hockey, and some of you don't like hockey. Playoff hockey is some of the most exciting sport. If you like sports, it's the most exciting stuff you can watch right now, as these guys are putting it all on the line, going out there. I mean, the energy level is incredible. It's like how we are right here on the show. The back and forth is good. They're banging on the boards. They're shooting at the goals. I mean, they're fighting. They're grabbing. They're clawing. You gotta love that, man.
Oh, even at the end of the Ranger game, kid, they were fighting.
Oh, no. Did you see the end of that? They were clawing. Dude, they were clawing. They were in the zone. They were grabbing and scratching. But big ups to the Rangers for getting that through. Hey, guys, I want to talk to you guys about one little note. I'm going to do a little bit tiny, tight preaching. And I got a couple of little tools we're going to get into later on the show. But real quick, I want to let you guys know that, in the past and occasionally, here's the deal. When you do something for us as the SBTV family, we remember that and try to reciprocate that. And, we're a big fan. We're kind of old school here. as we're loyal to people who have done things for us. A couple of people have gone out of their way. A couple of the people that we support, they've gone out of their way at the beginning when we first started, when no one else was around and no one else was looking to help out. We got a couple of handouts and a couple of things from other people out there, in the gambling world, on Twitter. I'm not naming any specific names, but a few people looked out for us. When you look out for us, you don't ever have to worry about not seeing us when it's your turn to get looked out for, because our support is there. If you help me out, I'm always there, offering my support to you. So the same thing holds true, and I think, Hatter, I think you feel the same way as I do.
Yes.
When somebody supports us and has done something for us, we're very loyal to them and we support them. You guys all know everybody goes through their ups and downs in this gambling business, okay? Some people win consistently, consistently, and then they even go through a bad time, and you have to sometimes ride the wave. But you don't run for cover when they start losing and then start, trash talking, bashing, et cetera, et cetera. You have to be there. The good comes with the bad. We all go through it. I've had it. Hatter's gone through it. Everybody goes through it. And anybody can be a supporter when you're winning. Sometimes you need that support most when you're losing. The other last note I want to say is some folks who've come on this show have been nervous, uneasy, a little bit tongue-tied at times, doesn't flow smooth. Doesn't mean that they're not, a good capper or a good at what they do. Means that maybe they're just nervous about being, on the public stage. You guys got to take that with a grain of salt and have a little bit of compassion and just a little bit of understanding for other people. Everybody's not going to come on and be a blabbermouth like your boy and be just rolling and rolling and rolling back and forth. Some people could struggle a little bit. You take that with a grain of salt because the product that they're offering and the knowledge that they're offering is stellar. That being said, I'm done with the preaching.
All right. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, I guess some people do get nervous coming on here. Even my bride was like, she goes to me. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to be calling in." She's like, "I'm a little nervous." I said, "Don't be. It's just, you talking to me and my boy."
Right.
And then she's like, "I don't know, but I'm still nervous." I said, "Oh, yeah, and a couple thousand people, too, by the way." She's like, "Oh, great, thanks."
Some people, English is their second language. And, some people, you add nervous and then English being your second language on top of it, coming on the biggest show in the world, that could definitely, cause you to be a little tongue-tied.
I concur, man. I concur. So what do you want to do, man? You want to jump into so you're done with the preaching sermon?
I'm done with the preaching sermon. Okay. Now I want to do like a little bit of education. And I'm going to go to you because you're the master at this. And I want you guys to be aware of something that I picked up last night. I don't know if everybody's aware of it. And I know we got some new listeners. So I want you guys to check this out. Listen, last night at tip-off, because I really like the Golden State Warriors. I thought that they would cover the spread. I was going to take them, minus I believe it was 11. It was either 11 or 12 at tip-off. I think it was 11 at tip-off. But I'm saying to myself, geez, man, I hate giving all these points, right? So I leave it alone, go on the book, and look at the live line. Sure enough, as I go on, the live line is about 5 points off from the regular score.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the spread is concerned, it's 5 points off from the regular spread. So, guys, if you ever are looking at a line that you really don't like, if you have the live capability, you might want to hold your play. And I know we talked about this in the past, but I'm just reiterating a little bit because some of you may not get it, or it may not have been presented in the format that you can understand. If you have a live line, you can go to your book, look at the live line. It will probably be different from the line before the game.
Oh, definitely. Because especially
at a point yesterday, I could have gotten the Clippers minus 3.5.
Golden State, you mean?
I mean, Golden State, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Golden State minus 3.5 yesterday. Now, unfortunately, the book that I use, that everybody knows who it is, Five Dizzles, wanted to be dusty and not working correctly and adequately yesterday, which is a whole nother topic.
Well, let me. Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute. I know what happened there. Go ahead.
Okay. But I was able, if it would have worked, I would have been able to get Golden State at -3.5. And here's the thing with that: if a team goes down in the beginning like Golden State, I know before game time you got a -11, so now they got to win by 11 points. But if they're down, let's say 6 or 7 points, all right, which they were, to take them at -3 there, it's still technically the -11 almost, right? But it's a different -11. You're -3, but they're down, 7 points.
Right.
So now they got to make up the 7 points to tie the game and then get you another 3, which is a lot easier to hit than to try to get the 11 over. I hopefully I presented that correctly so you guys can get a feel for that. So I think that, Hatter's starting to pull me a little bit in to the live line and the live work, as I'm starting to see some advantages in that aspect.
Oh, absolutely, man. And what happened yesterday with Five Dizzles, I actually used 2 books that have the same live line setup.
Yep.
It's identical. They use the same service, so the service was down. It wasn't the books.
Oh,
so
okay, gotcha.
So what you could do is during the commercial breaks, you could have still got live lines on Five Dizzles. Just during the commercial breaks. What you'd have to do is you'd have to look at it in the regular menu and the sportsbook menu, and you would have found it.
I got you.
So that's how I was able to get I got the New York Rangers live in game when they were up 1-0 with that.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a problem. Actually, the hockey was working. It seemed for me, I only had the issue with the Golden State game, and it was only the first half because it came back alive in the second half. I was good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's and another reason why, dude, I use multiple books, man, because with live lines, guys, sometimes I get like a minus. I'm sorry. Let's talk an underdog here. Anywhere from +200 to +300 on the same team. So where am I going to hedge? Am I going to use +200 or am I going to do +300? Obviously, +300 would be the move. So it's a huge discrepancy sometimes with these live lines. Sometimes they don't catch up to each other, and the books want to be greedy, and that's all well and good because I'm going to exploit that all year long, kid.
Hey, one last point I wanted to bring up with the hedging, because I still am getting questions occasionally about the hedging, but most of you guys are getting it and you understand and you get the concept of it. But I want to also say this. Hatter mentioned that he leaves the parlays open and closes them, either later on or let's just go first. It's the ideal way to do it yesterday, but I don't think exactly for the reason that he said it, he does it is because he wants to be able to hedge during the game. I get that. With the flip side of this, another advantage is a perfect example is last night, Golden State. All right, if you had the 3-team or 2-team par open, all right, and you go to close it with Golden State. In 9 times out of 10 scenarios, you always want to close it with the heavy favorite, okay? Reason being is, then you turn around and you play the dog on the money line because they're plus like 13 or some crazy number. Yesterday, the Pelicans were plus 880, okay?
Yep.
So on your 2-team parlay that paid, let's say it paid you $500. You only had to put up $60 to cover the $580 that you would have made off the parlay in case the Pelicans did win the game. So it's really smart, very smart, by leaving those spots open now. I'm really getting into a little bit of his system. If you leave the spots open, you want to close the last spot with probably the heavy fave almost in every circumstances, just so you can money line the dog. And it costs you less money to make almost the same amount. It's like the smartest thing in the world you could do.
Yeah, man, I've had pretty good success with it. I'm just leaving these parlays open. And what I keep doing, guys, is, I post the first play, and I post the second play. I let everybody see the progression of the parlay. You know what I'm saying? I post all those on Twitter all the time so they could see, like, the open spots. They'll see 2 open spots, and they'll see 1 open spot, and so on and so forth. But it's been really good, man. It's been cashing. Hey,
guys, get out there and play. I'm telling you, this system has a lot of advantages to it. I don't know if you can fully comprehend it by us speaking about it. You may have to actually experiment it with yourself so you can really get the grasp of it. And then as you start playing with it, you'll be like, oh, now I see what these guys are talking about. I see what they're doing. Sometimes you have to actually go there and play around with it to really get what we're talking about. It's very hard translating how this is working, through language solely. So get out there, play around with it, and hey, I'm telling you, it's a very nice tool. And I mean, like last night, we had that money line parlay, and I was sure Golden State was going to win, and I didn't put it out there, but it was smart for you to throw just $60 on the Pelicans money line because they were plus 880 just in case the Pelicans had won again. I mean, yeah, we knew they weren't going to win, but they were in there for a minute.
Yeah, I know. That's what we do, guys. So what we do on the last leg of it, whether it's in-game live betting or before the game, what we do is we put just enough on the underdog to cover our bet just in case the underdog wins. So this way we didn't win any money, but we didn't lose. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I actually do
it. The loss will be minimal. Just remember, you got it. You're putting like $50 on the Pelicans money line. So if you lose, then you won 5 something on your parlay. So you minus the $50. So now you only won $520. Don't think about, okay, you lost the $50. Think about, had the Pelicans won, you would have still won $500. That's how you have to think about that.
All day long.
Right.
And, basically, I was just looking at Vegas Girl 92661. She says she wishes she had him in Vegas, man. The live lines.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. We wish we had him in Vegas, too.
What needs to happen is we need to get like a book out there to do like a computer system. So they would be able to, and then they just utilize one of the, one of the book's live line technology systems. You know what I mean? That's how they'd be able to do it. So, but it is what it is, kid. I don't know if we got time for scores. You want to go through scores, or you want to just jump right into it?
We got time for tight scores. I'll give you guys the scores of the playoff games. I ain't gonna go into the baseball because there's still 150 games left. The Rangers 2-1 over the Penguins. The Wild beat the Blue 3-0. The Ducks over the Jets 5-4. As far as the NBA was concerned, we had the Bulls 91-82 over the Bucks. The Warriors beat the Pelicans 97. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. The Pelicans are gonna win a game or two.
I think so. I think they'll win one.
Yeah, I think they're going to win a game or two. And I got to be honest with you, man. I know everybody talks about Steph Curry, and I love Steph Curry. Don't get me wrong. He's dope. I feel it. He's flashy. He's like the dream type of player on that team. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But the dude I really love is Klay Thompson. Klay
Thompson's a beast, man.
Dude, I just love his game is so dope.
I know. He's money, man. The Splash Brothers are off the chain.
He is just so dope. But, because, Curry every now and then can get a little too flashy and, in between the legs. He can get just a little too much like the Dream. It's only one dream.
That's it, baby.
My thing.
That's it.
Stop trying to follow your boy.
Definitely. Hey, guys, we thank you very much for retweeting our show. We appreciate it each and every day. I got Jason Riley, Blue Chips, Clownman Swag, OJFB, Winning Picks, Adrian Wise. Iwaski Picks. How about that? Let's see.
I had her about the names.
Mike, I got Immaculate. I got John Lewis. I got the Andy Mack. I got Joe Melky. I got Gilbert Arizola. Thank you very much for sending us a little gift. We appreciate that. Guys, hey, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to put it out there. The show costs us a lot of money to do each and every day. On our YouTube channel, we do have a little donation button. So, hey, if you want to help us out with the cost of the show, we got no problem taking that. We got Irvin.
We really been like seriously? Y'all been getting paid.
I know.
Y'all been getting paid for a few months.
That's it, brother. That's it.
Something at your boy.
Little beer money or something, man. Damn.
I know we getting paid too. I know we're putting our own plays in, but that's beside the point.
Got Irvin. I got Daniel DeLuca. I got Alex Washington, Total Sports Edge, Benjamin Rowe, APB, Papa Bear, C. Rodriguez Jr., Elvin XL, Casano, Papa Smurf, Rick Lopez, Eddie E, Yippa82, Almighty Kev, No Request, Triple B, Get a Vegas Bookie, JC Heavy 365, Moneyline Hunter, Face Kicker, Dito, Joe Zippy, Mario Martinez, Rick Lopez, Marco, SBTV, Snoopy Betts, P for Prez, Average Joe Punter, James Harrelson, and Tip Talker, just to name a few. Wow.
Because honestly, y'all would have dropped like a G to 2 G's on a couple of packages. We done saved y'all some package money.
Good point. Good point.
No wonder the cats out there screaming about SBTV is dusty. They stink. Don't be listening to them.
You know what? That's one thing I got to say. Anybody that's ever come at us is a capper. That charges.
Wonder why.
That they're touts that charge.
Wonder why.
Those are the only people that come at us. Wow. I just thought of that. Anyway, listen, there's some really, really good people out there, guys, to follow and, pay for their picks and all that. I mean,
hey, we always said we do not disrespect good, hard-working, hard-earning cappers. No problem with none of them guys. We ain't ever talking about none of those guys. And I ain't mad at nobody for doing their, these guys are grinding out, doing their work. Some of you guys don't have time for that. I'm not mad at them. Go out there and get them, follow them, do your thing, buy the package, have fun, do your thing. But there's a bunch of frauds out there as well that just think that they want to just, try to get people and, beat them up for money and just doing all kinds of, underhanded, shiesty things. And those are the guys that we just ain't gonna let.
How about the guys that are fabricating their numbers on trying to pull a fast one on the third party sites?
Yeah, we got
how
some
about those
frauds out there. Capitech frauds. We're not mentioning no names, but of course they point the fingers at us as well, talking about what we do.
In the meantime,
I love that we was giving out losing plays. The best today has got to be we were giving out losing plays to fund Costa Rica.
In the meantime, you got to see the numbers are out.
That right there. Oh, that's like the popcorn diet. Remember the popcorn diet? Madonna was on the Britney Spears. One of them was on the popcorn diet. Let's get into the show, baby. We got work to do.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's go into it. Okay, so let me just pull up sportsbetterstv.com and see what I got popping here as far as lines are concerned. Let's see. I'm going to go into NBA first, then we got NHL, and we'll finish it up with the baseball. All right, so first game on the ticket, we got my boy playing. We got Boston at Cleveland tonight. Cleveland is minus 11 to 11.5 with an under-over of 207 to 207.5. I don't know, man.
I do. I know.
Oh, I don't like the 11 points, though, bro.
Oh, you know how we do with the points.
I know.
Come on, baby.
I know.
Y'all know I already put the parlay out last night because I just love to run my mouth, and I can't never keep a secret. I'm not the cliffhanger type of guy. I like to get quick at it. I've already taken the Cleveland Cavaliers and put them in a parlay, money line parlay with the Blackhawks, the Chicago Blackhawks tonight. I would advise you guys, if you're going to take the Cavaliers, which I do, by the way, think that they'll cover tonight. However, be safe and get it down to at least, I think, 8 you need to buy it to. But, there's some other opportunities there. I'm going to give you 2 other games that I really like a lot, about 2 heavy leans. I'm sure Hatter's probably got a baseball lean. There's a lot of stuff to mix these games with. Guys, if you're getting beat by the points right now, you're not listening.
Dude, last night, look at if you had the Bucks, they lost by 9 at the end. For all you underdog guys out there, man. I mean, yeah, and dude, you shouldn't have lost that game. I mean, the Bucks were beating them most of the game. You know what I'm saying? But I feel bad for you if you lost at the end.
Golden State didn't cover their spread.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. Tough.
Guys, don't play with the spread. All right, just do me a favor. We don't do that here. I hear how it's not smart and how this that. Listen, let me tell you what's not smart. Losing your money.
No, you know what? Listen, I do spreads a lot. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been doing them recently in this long stretch of winning, but I do spreads here.
You had a long stretch of winning.
Good point.
Listen to yourself.
I get it. But no, man, I mean, hey, you know what? Sometimes, there's a lot of people out there hitting, 65, 70%. I mean, not a lot. There's a vast, there's a little tight niche out there that are doing 65, 70%. But, go take a look at the documentation sites and make sure that they are legit on there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what my thing is, too? And it's like I said before, when you look at a team like the Cavaliers, you look at a team like the Golden State Warriors, okay? In the back of your mind, you got to say to yourself, now I know you're 11 points, so you're like, okay, I'm going to grab the Celtics with 11 points, the dog lovers, all right? And I know I'm going to grab the Pelicans with, 11 points. But you and I both know that at any point in that game, the Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors could blow the doors off the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why chance I'm gonna grab these points and cling to them, all right? Just hope that the doors don't get blown off. When you could just take because you know the Cavs ain't getting beat, and Golden State are not getting beat. It's just like I said the other day. Somebody tried to tell me about the Celtics game 1 at home, Cleveland. There is like the percentages of them getting beat in that game to me were like 0 to none.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, man. I got you. And then you could always get out with a live line if you get in trouble.
The percentages of them getting beat in that game was like me getting invited to a KKK meeting.
You're out of
That's
your
right,
mind.
I said it.
You're out of your mind, kid. Oh my God! All right, so we got the next one. We got the Washington Wizards at the Toronto Raptors, and the Toronto Raptors are minus 4.5 to 5. Under/over is 191 to 191.5. So taking a look at this now, I have a feeling that you're feeling this Toronto team, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't know for sure if you are or not, but dude, if they lose this game, they're done.
I know, and that's why I'm feeling them for those exact reasons. There's a sense of urgency that's got to be going on there. They're talking to each other. The teammates are all talking. They're back and forth. They were able to play with this Washington team, so I believe you're going to get the greatest effort possible out of this team today. They're supposed to be getting I believe. Nope, I'm not sure. I'm gonna stay out of that. But I know that I'm expecting Lowry to have a much better game because he was terrible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know if I like this game. I think you're gonna get max effort out of Toronto. I really do. But for some reason, I think Washington is a better team, and I just don't want to get involved in this game.
See, what I see happening in this game, though, honestly, I could see it being close till about the third quarter, middle of the third quarter. And then I could see Toronto pulling ahead. I see two scenarios. I see one, Toronto comes out and just eclipses them right out of the gate. Or two, it's close to the third quarter, then Toronto takes the lead. But I see at some point in both scenarios, Washington just letting the game loose because they got what they wanted. They wanted to get the first game, which they wanted to get one of the two games on the road. They got the first game, so now they're straight with that because they have home court advantage now throughout the series. So I feel like they'll fall back in both scenarios. So, I was on the fence with this game. You kind of got me. You got me off the max bet concept. But I do have an idea of what I'm going to do, but we'll give it a little bit later in the show. So I'm going to give you guys one more option to do with this game, but keep this game in the rear view. And it is 5. What do you got, 5.5 or 5?
4.5 to 5.
4.5 to 5 on the point spread. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas, or one idea that I think will work with this game.
Okay. All right. Next one I got on the ticket is Dallas at Houston. Houston minus 5.5 to 6 with an under-over of, wow, the total went up now. Went up to 215.5. So they're expecting a little bit of gunslinging here on this game. What's your take on this?
All right, I love the Houston Rockets. I think that this series, by the way, I haven't gotten into series play talk either. Wow, we got a lot to discuss today, guys. I believe that the Rockets, to me, this is one of the B-tiered, not the heavy hitter teams like Golden State and Cleveland, but to me, Houston's like the next line, and I don't think Dallas is even really I don't think they're a formidable opponent for them. I think this very much mirrors the Bulls-Milwaukee Bucks series, where I don't think Dallas can. I'd be surprised, honestly, if Dallas wins a game in this series. I personally think that the Rockets could possibly sweep this series. I think they're a much better team than Dallas by a lot. I've already said throughout the season that I didn't like Rondo and his chemistry with this Maverick team at all. I think he throws it off and just screws things up for them. I like Houston here. So this is my recommendation. I've talked about this in the past. You have that if bet scenario, all right? What I am probably going to do is I'm going to take this game and I'm going to money line the Houston Rockets. I believe it's minus 235 because I looked at it last night. I'm going to money line the Houston Rockets probably for, let's say, probably a nickel, all right? Then I'm going to put the if chain and I'm going to take the Raptors and I'm going to play the Raptors on a money line as well, probably for like $200 less than what I'm going to make on the Houston game. So now what we'll have is, if the Raptors win, it'll just be sitting at the bottom waiting for us. No big deal, which will be extra cheese. And then because I'm more solid on the Houston Rockets, all right? So if the Rockets win, their win will cover whatever loss I get out of the Raptors. And if they both win, then we get all the extra cheese.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm kind of feeling Houston as well. I think Houston, I mean, being a number 2 seed, I think they're going to come to play tonight again. And I really think it's going to be tight though. I think it's going to be a stomachache going down the stretch. I just have a feeling. It might be a little tight, but I like Harden versus anybody on Dallas. You know what I'm saying? As far as that's the thing that Houston's got, is that one go-to superstar guy that can take the game over by himself. And you got to love that at home. And I think that he'll be a big role player. And you got Big Dwight getting he can at least rebound and block a few shots. I'll give him that much credit. Other than that, the dude's dusty. I am considering, and this isn't a firm play yet, guys. I got to do some homework on it, check the injury reports and all that. But I don't think anybody's got injured in that last game. But I may add Houston to one of my parlays as a money line as well.
All right, guys, real quick, for those of you guys that have series bets going already, I don't know if you have the option, but my illustrious website that I use gives you that rolling option. There's a if next to there's a red if button next to your plays. I don't know if you guys have that on whatever you're using, but if you do, if you already have series going on, I would recommend that you go in now that we've seen a couple of these. If you got to lean on a side for any of these hoop teams, like for example, and I'll post it later, I was able to go in and get the Clippers minus 120. Now I know they were plus at the beginning of the series, but obviously they won a game, so I'm kind of cheating now. So I was able to get the Clippers at minus 120. I parlayed them at minus 120 with the Houston Rockets, who are like minus 480. And then I also added the Blackhawks in the mix as well, because I didn't have the Blackhawks in my other series play. I rolled this with the other series wager, so I'm not using any of my money off of my book. So if you guys have that advantage, use it. So you won't have to use any of your money, yet you're still building and you'll still have some stuff in play. Once your first series that you're really confident about wins, this will be coming right behind it.
Oh, nice. That's a good tool, man. We should do a money line hedging live line class. and a lot of information. Lot of information.
I hope you're able to grasp it, but we've been manipulating and using some of these tools. A lot of you guys I know are old-fashioned. You like just betting the damn game and betting the spread. I hear you. I'm not mad at you, but there's a lot of extra tools at your disposal now in 2015 to use. And there's a saying called, old ways won't open new doors.
Okay. Good deal.
Deep.
Good deal. Wow, that's pretty deep. I like that.
That's what we got.
Hey, big ups to my man Rich Winter. Hit us up, man. He said he thinks Dallas wins tonight, brother.
Okay.
Wow, interesting. All right. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so I think it's going to be a tight game. I think you need to.
I think Dallas is way overmatched, man. I just don't think I don't think they're in Houston's caliber.
I don't think so either. But I it's do or die for Dallas. You
No,
know?
not really. I mean, they got to go win their 2 at home. I mean, they're on the road. They're supposed to lose the 2 road games.
What do we got? 2-2, 1-1-1? Is that how the series format is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They're supposed to lose the 2 road games. I mean, they're trying to steal one, but, they're supposed to lose the 2 road games, and I think it's going to come to fruition. The Mavericks, man, I'm just not – they don't do it for me, personally.
No, of course
I don't
not.
like their chemistry.
Yeah. All right. So let's scroll on to let's move on to the NHL and see.
Fear the beard.
Yes, fear the beard. I mean, I'm looking at it, and I mean, you're talking me into Houston. I was looking at it anyway, bro. So even if I take it, I won't be mad at you. We'll keep it moving from there. Let's see if there's anything easier on the ice here. We got Tampa Biscuit at the Detroit Red Wings. Tampa Biscuit minus 105 at Detroit with an under-over of 5.5. What's your take on this series and this game?
Well, the series, I like the Lightning, obviously. The Red Wings did steal one already, and I was a little bit surprised by that. As I was surprised that the Penguins stole one from the Rangers. But game 1 in Pittsburgh, you saw the Rangers went and took it right back. I'm thinking the Lightning are going to take it right back as well, but I'm not going to bet on this game. This is a stay away from. I'm going to watch, so I can't give you anything on this game. But I am slightly leaning Lightning.
You are? Okay. It's a minus 105, man. I don't know if that's heavy enough for you.
Yeah, I know.
All right, next one we got on the ticket. We got the Washington Caps coming into the New York Islanders. And the Islanders are minus 130. You can pick up the Caps at like plus 120. I'm on sportsbetterstv.com right now, guys, reading all the best lines I can find you. Under over 5.5. What do you think about Jameer Tavares going to go nuts here or what?
Another seriously competitive game. These guys have been back and forth. On the island, been showing their tail a little bit. I like what I've seen out of them. But as it is competitive, and I don't want to be competitive tonight, I am not going to get involved financially with this game. I already have the Islanders to win this series, as I do the Lightning as well. I don't see a clear-cut favorite in this particular game. I don't see the clear-cut team that will win. I mean, I like the Islanders because I like the Islanders, but I am recognizing the Capitals as a problem as well. And I like I like the other 2 games better, so I'm going to sit this one out. But obviously, the Islanders at home is my lean. Not playing it with my money, though. All
right, sounds good. Nashville Predators at the Chicago Blackhawks, and the Blackhawks are minus 150 with an under-over of 5.5.
I'm going to tell you something about Predators in the Wild, all right? When the Indians roamed, when the Indians were the population of North America, they killed the Predators on a daily basis. So what I'm getting at is there's blood in the water, man. This Predator team is limping in. Yeah, they got, a little bit to play for, and they got their pride going on. Weber's banged up. Don't know if he's going to play tonight or not. I don't know the story about the Preds other than the Blackhawks are coming. I don't think the Blackhawks are losing tonight. This is a very, very, very big pick for me. I have them in my money line parlay. I see the Blackhawks winning this game rather easily and handily at home. The stadium or whatever they play in the rink is going to be electric. It's a great playoff atmosphere. Blackhawks should be ready to go, and I like the Blackhawks to win this game.
Okay. All right, and the final one we got on the ticket as far as NHL playoffs is concerned, we got the Vancouver Canucks at the Calgary Flames. And Calgary's minus 110 with an under-over of 5.
Very small play for me will be the Calgary Flames. It probably won't be attached to anything. It'll probably be standing alone by itself. Is there, what do you got, minus 115?
Minus 110, bro.
Minus 110, yeah, nice and easy. I can handle that as the bankroll is getting heavier and heavier. Yeah, I like the Flames. Young legs, they want it bad. They've got the Canucks on the ropes, so they need to take advantage of it in this situation. And the Canucks, haven't been, they really haven't put up too much of a fight against this team so far. So let's look for the Flames to win this game and get a 3-1 lead on this series.
All right, sounds good, kid. Sounds good. So let's journey over to the MLBs and see if I can find any nice gold in the mix here. Let me see. But there was already something I started taking a look at. I just want to say this, guys. And Dream, I think you'll agree with me on this. There's a lot of teams that are kind of picking up where they left off last year. gathering that?
I said it at the beginning. The Detroit Tigers and the Kansas City Royals, last year were the hottest thing running at the beginning of the season, and you're right, they're right back at it again.
Definitely. I mean, especially K-Sizzle.
Hey, one more thing. Go back to hockey real quick. Guys, by the way, you can get the Flames minus 120 for the series. They're up 2-1. We'll probably go up 3-1 tonight. You might want to throw a little money on them for the series, as I think the Flames are going to win that series.
Interesting. That's a pretty good value, dude.
That's a real good value. That's why I'm bringing it up. Man, a lot of information on the show today.
Yes.
Hope you guys are able to listen. You can always go back to the website and replay it if you missed something.
Yes, absolutely,
and be sure to DM Hatter or myself. Any questions, we're always available. I may not get back to you immediately, but I think everybody knows I get back to you.
I do the best I can. You know what I mean? You guys got to remember, I got, like I say all the time, man, I got work, I got real life coming at me 100 miles an hour, I got meetings, I got this and that. I do the best I can to get back to everybody. I really do. I really try hard. So sometimes it's not always easy.
Have 4 to 5 TVs up. He's like a day trader when the games start. My boys hit me a pic last night of his setup. He had like 5 computers up, screens, live lines running. I'm like, son. Look like the stock market at his crib. Look like, you guys talk about the stock market. Well, Hatter took that like to the next level.
Son, I gotta win money. I'm taking this very, very seriously, man. I'm gonna win some money here, man.
Yeah,
hey,
we are gonna get this playoff window short, guys. It's like that, your NCAA tournament. You got a short window to get this money. The end of June is a wrap.
Yes, but then we'll be diehards baseball fans at that point, and maybe I'll bring you over to the dark side over here, man.
I can't wait.
All right, so first game we got on the ticket, we have no day games. So all the junkies are going to have to wait. You know what I'm saying? So first one I got on the ticket, we got the Miami Marlins at the Philadelphia Phillies. And Miami's got Herron on the mound. Philly's got Jerome Williams on the mound. Under-over is 7.5. Miami's slightly favored here. Let's just take a look at it. Minus 117. So what do you got there as far as these pitchers are concerned, Dream?
Marlins stink. 3-10, 2-5 away. Just a dusty, terrible team right now. Playing another dusty, terrible team in the Phillies. 4-3. 4-9. That's an awesome record. 3-3 at home. Listen, Williams for the Phillies, he's got a 4.09 ERA with a loss. Herron got a win. I don't know how, because they only got 3 wins, but Herron got one of them. And his ERA is 2.08. Guys, I don't know why you want to be involved with this game with playoffs in the NBA and playoffs in the NHL going on.
This is a very ugly game. Miami's superior in most statistics here that I'm looking at on my smart chart here. But, guys, if you're betting both of these teams every day, you're down with either team. $100 better on Miami's down $840, and $100 better on Philadelphia, you're down $366. Unless you're betting Harangue, then you're doing all right. But other than that,
spot the bad teams and get away from them. I know they talk about the pitcher thing, but here's my thing with the pitchers. Even the best pitchers, 7th, 8th inning, them cats are coming out, and then, you know what I'm saying, substitute teacher comes in.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you. Yeah, man. I mean, I took the Phillies against the Nasties the other day, and I won, plus 161 on the money line.
But what did you just say if you took the Phillies consistently this season to me?
No, but because they had my boy on the mound. That was it.
Wait, but what did you just say consistently to me, though?
Oh, yeah. I'm not taking them every game. I'm just picking out the spots when my boy's pitching.
But my point is, even if your boy's pitching, they're still not getting the run. There's still more aspects to winning a baseball game than just pitching. You're not getting runs. You kind of want to say maybe you got a little lucky with that game. Why even take that nasty team when you got so many others to choose from?
Guess what? It's called winning.
My point, why bother with a nasty? You like I said, you know me. That's like you guys taking the Jets in football. All right. Yeah, they're gonna win a couple games, but are you gonna navigate through the losses like that?
Watch and learn, Playboy. Watch and learn. Have you gotten on a Hatter train yet?
No.
Okay. All right. Just saying.
Because my old train left. My old train left the station back during college basketball. So I'm looking back at you though. You coming?
Yeah, but you're on one of them. You're on one of them trolleys, kid. I'm on one of them, high speed, maniac trains that go 100 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Come on. you like doing the seesaw thing, pushing the trolley down. down the tracks. Well, meantime, your boy is lighting it up on the track.
I can't wait to hear you baseball in the middle of July when you get murdered.
Oh, God. All right, so we got the New York Stanks at the Detroit Tigers, and the Tigers are minus 114. Over is 8.5. I'm taking a look at the pitching matchups. I got Eovaldi for the New York Stanks, and I've got Lobstein for the Detroit Tigers. Detroit is, let's see, that's a 7:05 start. What you got as far as they are concerned?
Detroit 11-2, stupid dope. I'm riding them hard this season so far. 6-1 at home. The Yankees are sporadic, inconsistent. Actually, though, CC did pitch a good game yesterday. I got to give him that. But as I said, came out in the 7th inning, and when did the shenanigans start? Right when he came out. So the Yankees are 6-7, 4-3 away. They lost a tight one yesterday to the Detroit Tigers as the Yankees were up the majority of that game. And I like Detroit to win the game again. I mean, the Yankees just don't impress me, and you got to ride a hot team, and Detroit's hot in their home, so I like them.
Just be careful with that game. Yanks are
due that yesterday.
Stanks to do a win over there. You know
what
I'm saying?
Yesterday.
I did tell you that yesterday, but hey, man, just trying to save you a few dollars. Hopefully, you take them and they cash.
No doubt.
That's all I got to say about that.
I don't know if I'm going to be, financially involved in this. I'm just giving you guys my leans, and I mean, it shouldn't be no secret. Detroit is hot, and the Yankees are not. So, the Yankees are the Dallas Cowboys of baseball. Everybody wants to beat them, and you're up to play them. So, I expect Detroit to bring their full effort out.
All right. Next one I got on ticket. I got the Baltimore Orioles at the Toronto Blue Jays. And if I look at this here, let me take a look. Got Bud Norris on the mound for Baltimore, and we got Bruley on the mound for Toronto. Toronto is minus 133 with an under-over of 8.5. Looking at my smart chart here real quick, Baltimore superior in a lot of different categories here, and you're actually making a few dollars if you bet Baltimore every single game. You're up $127 on a $100 play every single game, where Toronto, you're actually down almost $300. What you got there, Dream?
We got the Blue Jays are 6-7. They're 2-5 at home. We got the Orioles who are 7-6. They're 4-3 away. Not really an opinion here. Bruley is a journeyman pitcher. Used to pitch with the White Sox. I know you guys think I don't know anything about baseball. Used to pitch with the White Sox, and pretty good pitcher. He's got a 2-0 start, and he's got a 3.75 ERA. My man Norris is 0-1 with a 12.38 ERA, and I really don't have an opinion with that particular game. So you guys just be careful with it. Definitely.
So, and I don't have an opinion on that either, to be honest with you. I mean, I would lean Toronto here, but I'm not going to play it, guys. Not going to play it. There's another game that I think is on my radar here. Next one we got on the ticket, we got St. Louis Cardinals at the Washington Nasties. And it's pretty much even money all across the board. You can get St. Louis at like a minus 105. St. Louis got Lynn on the mound. Washington's got Gonzalez on the mound with an under-over of 7. Guys, and just real quick before Dream, you get into any of that, the no-score first innings, I fell back from a little bit.
I was going to talk about that.
Yeah, just because I really feel like it's gambling. What I'm doing right now, guys, I'm strategically gambling, strategically playing, I want to say. You can't hedge out of a first inning no score. You can't do it. So I like doing the full game stuff and doing my hedging appropriately. So when
they get a runner on first and second with no outs, you can't, or bases loaded with no outs, you can't
pull out.
Go the other way.
No, you can't do it. Can't do it. So that's why I don't like it, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but I may play, here and there, $50 or something like that. Start a parlay with it. But what do you got as far as these two teams?
To be honest with you, I've actually it's funny you mention it because I wanted to mention it yesterday and I didn't. And I was going to get into it today, but we got so much that I'm throwing at you. I didn't want to throw this extra tidbit, especially baseball, because my baseball is dusty. However, I'm noticing the exact opposite now, where you're getting scores in the first inning. Seems like there's more first inning scores than no scores to me. So the way to go may be to take a team to score in the first inning, especially as some of these teams, you know, I know the Giants and the Diamondbacks, they've already played each other like already seems like 10 times already. So a couple of these teams already kind of know each other a little bit. So, you know, keep an eye on that. I mean, I don't know where you want to go with that. Some of you like it, some of you don't. But, yeah, definitely fall back from the no score because it's not – and I just said it yesterday. It's definitely not working. But in this game, the Cardinals, 8-3 is their record. They're 3-2 away. And the Nationals, 6-7. They're 4-3 at home. You guys know I can't stand this national team after what they did to me against the Red Sox. And just in general, I'm not just a big fan of how they play. You got this guy Gonzalez on the mound. He's 1-1 with a 5.11 ERA. And I'm one of those guys, I get biased against team. I'm done with them. I won't bet them no more. And that's just how, you know, right now, there's about five baseball teams that I'm a rat with. The Cardinals got Lynn on the mound. He's 1-1 with a 1.64 ERA, and I've got no opinion on this game, but would lean Cards only because I hate the Nationals.
Well, you know what? I still hate the Bulls, but I just found the spot where I thought they would win. So that's why.
Because the Bucks, dude. I mean,
I know. The
Bucks can't. They can't make a 10-foot jumper. Man.
They couldn't make any layups. Nothing yesterday, man. It was bad. But you know what? Hey. You know, it's that's how it goes, and I think they're going to steal a win in Milwaukee, though. I really do. But anyway, getting back to baseball here, we got the Chicago Cubs at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh minus 148. You could pick up Chicago at like a plus 145 with an under-over of 7. Let me take a look and see what I got here. Chicago's got Travis Wood on the mound. Pittsburgh's got Laureano on the mound. Under-over, like I said, is 7. Taking a look at this, what do you got as far as those pitchers are concerned?
The Cubs are 7-5. They're 3-1 on the road. The Pirates are 6-7, and they're 4-3 at home. I think we've talked about them being a little bit better at home than on the road. The Pirates are, as was the case last year. Laureano is 0-1 with a 2.08 ERA. Wood is 1-1 with a 2.31 ERA. So both pitchers seem to be decent. I've got no opinion on this game.
I'm kind of leaning Pittsburgh Pirates here, but I don't know if I'm going to play it, guys. So this is just something that I'm thinking about. Looking at this here, I mean, Pittsburgh, at home has been pretty much a beast, but yesterday they did drop that game. They are 7-2 in the last 9 games when playing the Chicago Cubs. But Chicago, surprisingly, is 6-3 straight up in the last 9 games, even though you're not really winning much money if you've been playing them every game. You're only up about $100 with them so far, 105 to be exact. So I'm going to take a look at this. It might be something I get involved in, maybe put it in one of my parlays or something like that. But we'll go from there, Dream, and we'll move it on. We got the next one we got on the ticket. We got Atlanta Braves at the New York Mets. And the New York Mets are minus 145 with an under-over of 7.5. And it's just amazing how the Mets have turned it around, man. And they have been favored every single game, it seems like. Atlanta's got Cahill on the mound. New York Mets have Nice on the mound. New York Mets rotation has been stellar, to say the least. Under-over 7 to 7.5. What you got there, brother?
The Mets are 10-3 with a 7-0 record at home. The Braves are 8-4 with a 5-1 record away. I think though the Mets' 3 losses aren't at least a couple of them losses to the Braves?
Let's take a look here and see what I got as far as the game logs are concerned. They lost to the Nasties and they lost 2 to the Braves.
Yeah, 2 to the Braves. Yeah, the Braves seem to have always had the Mets number. That's like
always
back like to forever. So interesting game. Cahill's 0-1 with a 15.43 ERA, so he's got a crazy ERA. Must have gotten lit up in his last start. And Nice is 1-0 with a 1.59 ERA. I mean, I don't see why you don't take the Mets, as they are 7-0 at home, and their arch rivals are the Braves, so they should have a lot of should be going all out in this particular game. But it is baseball, so I don't even know if an all out is a possibility.
Remember what you said, though, that the Braves have their number.
But the Braves have their number too. So
Yeah.
they might be going all out too. I don't know. So, hey, you know what I recommend? Play hockey or basketball.
Yeah, definitely.
Because all of them will be going all out as it's win or go home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
Come back the next afternoon and stand out in the sun and spit sunflower seeds.
All right. Next one I got on the ticket here is, let's see, going down. We got the Boston Red Sox at the Tampa Biscuit Rays. Tampa Biscuit is minus 122 with an under-over of 7.5. And when I look at this, Boston's got Miley on the mound. Tampa Biscuit's got Archer on the mound. Like I said, the total is 7.5. And I don't know which side I like.
Boston Red Sox 8-5, 4-2 with an away record. The Rays are 6-7. They are 1-5 at home, so they're dusty at home. Your boy Miley's 0-1 with a 10.57 ERA. Archer's running around 2-1 with a 1.37 ERA, and I could not tell you what to do in this game other than to go play basketball.
It's a tough one. That's a really tough one there. So we got to kind of go from there. Next one.
I guess the Red Sox are dope, man. I guess I got to give it up to them. I mean, they've been putting up some numbers, so they're getting some bat production. Big Papi's still doing his thing over there, amidst his, old steroid allegations that everybody forgot about, but always want to talk about A-Rod. But, the Red Sox, they're back competitive again this season, so you got to give it up to them. And Tampa Bay, traditionally, I think they're another team. They start slow.
Definitely. Real quick, Dream. My man Jay Snyder wanted to know. I use a website, guys. It's called, you could do it for each sport. This one here is MLB-matchups.com. You put the hyphen in there. I do that for, you have MLB.
Don't give them that one. That's our secret. That's our secret capper website.
It just gives you the, the smart chart and all that. So
that's the one that the cappers will tell you how they paid, 10 G's for information. It's free on the internet. That's why they charge you 2 G's for their package.
Anyway, so that's where that one is, dude. So taking a look at that, and dude, Rich Winter just wrote a blog about us on sportsblog.com, guys. Check it out. Check out my man Rich Winter. He is tearing it up out there. One of the best bloggers in the world, kid. Looking forward to reading that in a little bit when I get off the air and see where it goes. So let's see. The next one I got on the ticket here. Let's see. Cleveland Indians at the Chicago White Sox. Cleveland minus 120 with an under-over of 8 all across the board. If I look at this here, let me see. Cleveland, Chicago, where are you? Cleveland's got Carrasco on the mound, and the White Sox got Noesi on the mound. Like I said, the total is 8 over there. And Dream, what's your information on these guys?
Hey, and by the way, so you guys know, that website he gave out, they got a super grid in there, and when you pop open that super grid, you get like every stat known to man in that stat. We're not stat pushers over here because the information is relatively easy to come across on the internet. That's why we say do your own homework. You can get in there and get the stats. So we don't push a lot of stats, but it's not because we don't know where they're at or we can't get them. We just don't do them. Right. So now back to the game. The Indians are 4-8 overall, 3-4 with an away record, 5-7. The White Sox are with the 3-1 at home record. Noesi is 0-1 with the 3.86 ERA, and Carrasco is 1-1 with the 2.84 ERA. No opinion on this game.
Tough game. I mean, these teams are pretty much mirroring each other as far as offensive production. Just about, a little over 3 runs each apiece. Where they're giving up over 4. So, I mean, and being a better, $100 better, I mean, you're down with both of these teams, Cleveland being more than the Chicago White Sox. Chicago White Sox, we look for that game where Chris Sale is pitching, and we make a decision from there. Like I said, same thing with Philadelphia and Harang, stuff like that. So, but this one here, I'm not interested in it. I think it's a nasty game personally, and I just don't want to put my money in a nasty game right now. I really don't. So next one I got on the ticket, I got Cincinnati Reds at the Milwaukee Brew Crew. And Dream, the Brew Crew are favored, bro. Minus 129, man.
Sucker born every minute.
Wow. Cincinnati got Marquise on the mound. Milwaukee's got Fears on the mound. Let's see. Under-over is 8. Like I said, Milwaukee's minus 129 juice. Rocking a 2-11 record and favored. Whoa.
1-6 at home. The Reds are 6-7 all around, 2-5 on the road. Marquis is 0-1 with a 6.30 ERA. The Brewers pitcher is 0-2 with a 5.91 ERA. Guys, don't do it.
Don't do it, right?
No.
I can't recommend you take the Bucks, the Bucks, the Bucks or the Brewers at this point. You can't take either one of them teams.
Maybe
man.
That's what they should do. Let the Brewers play hoop and let the Bucks play baseball. Why don't they try that?
Yeah.
That'll be a little different. We're going to have a little spin on the game tonight.
Yes. All right, so the next one we got on the ticket is a game that I got on my radar here. We got the Minnesota Twins at the K-Sizzle Royals. Now, the Royals are minus 144 with an under-over of 8. On the respective mounds, we have, let's just take a look and find it here. Minnesota's got Malone on the mound. K-Sizzle has Vargas on the mound. You know what? This K-Sizzle team, man, 5.77 runs offensively a game. It seems like they have that swagger from last year, man. They're coming up and they're just knocking runs in. You can't look beyond that, man. You got to really take that into consideration. I mean, they're ranked, let's see, and overall defense, 3.2 runs a game. They're ranked second in the entire league. And their overall offense, number 1.
And a lot of people were on the Twins yesterday as the pitcher for the Twins, apparently, according to the numbers,
he owned them.
Owns K-Sizzle.
Yeah, he owned them, and that's why I hit Dizzle up about that.
Yeah, one of our guys gave it to us in the morning on the show too. It told us that I think his
name
was
Gibson. Gibson. But hey, you know what? I actually hit Dizzle up about that. I was like, dude, you know what? I'm a little nervous about this, to be honest with you. You know, this guy kind of has their number. He's like, don't worry about it, whatever. I said, all right, fine. So K-Sizzle.
Hey, if you go look up Peyton Manning's numbers on paper, it won't tell you that he lost big games.
Yeah, right. Good point. Good point. If you're betting K-Sizzle on a $100 better, man, you are up almost $700. K-Sizzle has runs for, runs against, runs differential, money, team ERA, offensive hits, offensive walks. Defensive hits, defensive walks, superior to the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota Twins only scoring about 3 runs a game. Guys, I have to continue on the K-Sizzle train here. I am going to plug the Kansas City Royals to win the game today, and I'm going to put it in a money line parlay. I'm going to probably put it in the one with the Chicago Bulls that I started last night. I think that's the one I'm going to put it with. So, and just stay tuned for my in-game action, man. If, Minnesota comes up and starts, looking like they're going to win the game, then, we'll get our money out of it. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So, what do you think, Dream?
I love K. You know me. I'm rolling with K-Sizzle with you. K-Sizzle in Detroit right now till they start falling off. I'm on the train.
Well, they will start falling off at some point. It's a 162-game season. So we are going to have some issues here and there. So we just got to kind of, keep our eyes and ears on them and just kind of gauge them. But, the key to live lines, guys, is pulling your money out at the right time if you need to do it. The thing is that what I feel that I've mastered – I don't want to say master because you never master anything, but I'm becoming very good at gauging whether I'm going to win or lose the games while they're going on. So that's what you really got to do as far as a hedge is concerned. I mean, when it comes to the point where I got to put $35 on to win $300, just to back myself up in case something crazy happens, I have no problem doing that. But
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But, like the Bucks and Bulls last night, I was on the fence with it, man. I was a little nervous that the Bulls were going to lose in the third quarter, but then I said, you know what, let me let it ride and see what happens. And sure enough, I got lucky, and the Bulls ended up making it happen there. So let's keep it moving. So I am looking at the Kansas City Royals.
Betting, by the way, with baseball, I'm betting like $20 to $75 tops. The heavy money is definitely in the other games.
All right. We got the San Diego Padres at the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies are minus 119 with an under-over of 10 to 7.5. Now, guys, what did I tell you about the overs over in Coors Field, right? Look at last night, dude. It was 14-2 in, like, the 8th inning. And San Diego was laying a smackdown on the Rockies. So, you know what? When you get those high totals, don't just look at them and think that, it's something not to, not to get involved in as far as the under is concerned.
Hey, do you know what people have made who've played the over in the San Diego in the Rockies games?
I do not. Home? I do not. But I could probably hit up Sugar Shane Rodinius. He can get me any of that info. So I'd like to see, when you have a 10-run total, if it's going under or over. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got to do it at Coors Field, though.
At Coors Field, right, exactly. Which that's probably the only field that you really get that in.
I would assume, yeah. But look, at Chase, it's 9.
Yeah, good point. All right. Next one I got on the ticket, we got the Texas Rangers at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks minus 139 with an under-over of 9.
Oh, hold on a second. Yep. Did you pick a team on that?
No, I'm not going any side on that. So, sorry, guys. We are already 10 minutes past the hour here. So, I'm doing the best I can. I've been
talking so much.
We're doing the best we can. We still got 4 games left. Arizona Diamondbacks, let's see. Texas has Martinez on the mound. Arizona has Anderson on the mound. Under-over is 9. What you got there, brother?
You got my Texas is 5-6, 5-8. They're 3-4 on the road. We got the Diamondbacks are 7-6, 3-3 at home. Anderson's pushing a no decision in his outing, and he's got a 4.09 ERA. We got Martinez 2-0 with a 0.00 ERA. No opinion on this game, guys.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Arizona on the Smart Chart, guys, they're superior in every single category known to man on there. So, you know what? I'm going to fall back from that. I just can't plug the Diamondbacks yet. I got to see a little bit more of them. Dizzle loves them. He called in the beginning of the year for them to make some noise, and, big ups to him on that. So, we'll see where it lands. So, next one we got on the ticket, we got the Oakland A's at the LA Angels. Pretty much even money all across the board with an under-over of 7.5. Taking a look at this here, Oakland has, let's see who's pitching on the mound for them today. We got Pomerantz on the mound, and LA's got Santiago. Like I said, the under-over is 7.5. What you got there, Dream?
The Oakland A's are 7-7 with a 4-3 away record. The Angels are 5-8 with a 0-4 record. Santiago is 1-1 with a 2.92 ERA, and Pomerantz is 1-1 with a 3.00 ERA. Guys, I hate to say this because I really don't like betting against the A's, but I feel like doing a chase system for the Angels to get their first win at home. I really honestly feel like taking the Angels tonight and then keeping it going at home. They've got to get a win at home. It's due. They haven't caught a win yet at home. So look for it later. I might send something out around 9:30 if I do it or not. I don't know if you guys are interested in getting involved in it. It's kind of tough against Oakland because I love the A's so much. But the Angels are due a win at home.
Yeah, I said that yesterday. I'm surprised they lost. I didn't play it, but I'm pretty surprised they lost there. I mean, they were up 2-1, and then all of a sudden Oakland went up 4-2. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Houston Astros at the Seattle Mariners, and this is pretty much even money all across the board. Houston slightly favored, like minus a 105. Under overs are 7s. Let me just take a look here. Houston's got McHugh on the mound. Seattle's got Walker on the mound. Like I said, the total is 7. Tough game there.
Astros 7-6, 3-1 on the road. The Mariners 5-8, 3-4 at home. Walker is sporting a 17-18 ERA. He's 0-2 for Seattle. McHugh is 2-0 with a 1.54 ERA. It's very hard to give out Houston, as it looks like they're the better team. But hey, good luck with that, guys. I'm not interested in this game.
$100 bettors up $179 with Houston this year, and Seattle, you're down almost a nickel. Betting $100 a game, yeah. But listen, guys, Seattle's 5-8 right now. They're starting off pretty slow. Just keep your eyes on them because I have a feeling they're going to hit a hot streak at some point here. So just take a look at it. I mean, I'm not saying it right now.
Got them winning the World Series.
They're well, I don't know if he's got them winning it, but I know he's got them making it there. I forgot who he said is going to win it, but he's got them coming out of the AL, bro. So we'll see. Right now they're 5-8. expect a little fireworks out of them at some point. Next one we got on the ticket is the final one. We got the LA Dodgers at the San Francisco Giants. Big rivalry here. LA is minus 121 with an under-over of 7. Taking a look at this. Let me find it here. That's Kershaw and Bumgarner tomorrow. Let's see. That's going to be a hell of a game. Where are you?
Bumgarner's not as good as at home, though.
Yeah, I know. LA's got Anderson on the mound. San Fran's got your boy Lincecum on the mound. Like I said, the under-over is 7. What you got there, brother?
The Dodgers are 9-3 with a 1-2 away record. The Giants are 4-10 and a 1-6 home record. Giants are just dusty. Lincecum's on the mound tonight. He's 0-1 with a 2.25 ERA. Anderson is on the mound for the Dodgers. He's 1-0 with a 3.27 ERA, and I've got no interest in this game. I hope the Dodgers kill him, though.
Yes. So, all right, so my bad. Dr. Dan was 7-1 overall yesterday, 6-0 on money lines, and 1-1 on the adjusted run lines. And the adjusted run lines, pay crazy. So big ups to him on that, man. Damn, kid. All right, and my man Sugar Shane Redenius is on there today. Let's see who else. I've got the Cheese is out there. Joseph Del Rosario been tearing it up. Kiam Vu is out there. Boston Boy, Analytics Trading. C-Con the Contrarian. Rich Winter, like I said, he wrote a blog about us, and I am going to send that out right now. Sportsblog.com. Take a look at it, guys. We are rocking and rolling and flying high, kid. So that's pretty much it as far as baseball. Other than just the LA Dodgers are superior in like every single category. And San Francisco scores under 3 runs a game, 2.64 offensively, man. What is going on with this team?
Well, they were not an offensive juggernaut last year. I mean, they crushed it with their pitching. But the pitching hasn't shown up this year as well. But hey, there's no team that I like seeing lose more than the San Francisco Giants.
What about the Nasties? You want the Nasties to lose?
I'm kind of like tied for it's a different reason why I don't like the Giants. Just because the Giants cost me so much money. The Nasties I just don't really like in general. But the Giants was because of last year. Yes. What they did on that little stretch when they sucked after the All-Star break.
Well, I cashed the future on them to win the World Series, so I like them. So anyway,
yeah.
All right. So let's keep it moving, man. Let's close this thing out. We are already 14 minutes past the hour, kid.
No doubt. Hey, guys, we want to thank everybody for their support and for retweeting the show. Gave out a lot of hopefully helpful information to you guys out there to use some of the tools available to you in 2015. And remember, like I said, old ways won't open new doors, as deep as that is. Want to say big ups, shout out to the kid, my man Beyond the Bets. APB wants you guys to know he's at another location. His handle is now at Sports One Entertainment, so you can check him out over there if you'd like. Philly Picks, what's happening? Alejandro Yeps is out there. My girl, Vegas Girl 92661, she's out there as well. My boy Dank, what's up, player? Hockey Immortal, big ups to you. Randy Lockhart, what's going on? Mr. Winning Picks, what's happening? First Lady of the Fake Fam, keep doing your thing, guys. Make sure you're checking out her stuff, because she's pretty good on the hockey too. Got Total Sports Edge, they do their hockey as well. Cousin Pete is over there doing his thing with the football. Check that out, as I know there's been some big soccer action going on, and I know we got some tennis floating around too as well. So guys, check the sources, get with the nation. All you got to do is tweet, you need some information, and you'll get 5 or 6 replies, I'm sure. My man Josie is out there as well. My boy Herbs is out there. Randomly Unpredictable is out there. TNT Picks, want to say good morning to you. Cash Action Bets, LVCC, the infamous Papa Smurf, what's happening? Jonesy, World Sports Picks is out there. Sin City Maverick, Rick Lopez, Clownman Swag, Nicholas J, my boy Scott Weaver. Scott, you ain't hollered at me, ain't sent me none of that baseball. What's going on, player? The Capper Zone is out there. Total Edge Sports is out there. Elvin XL, MT Pockets, Tip Talker, Deeks Picks, LV White Shark, The Queen of Oz, German Cowboy, Shane Redenis, and so many more. Guys, I am the Dream. Always remember who you're with. Hope you enjoyed today's show, as I thought it was a stellar one. Make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, so I am looking at possibly dabbling in the Houston Rockets, and I am looking at the Kansas City Royals again. I really think the Royals get the job done. I think the Twins are the Twins. I don't think they've made much improvement of last year, and I think K-Sizzle's kind of carrying their little mojo into this year, into 2015 from 2014. So I'm going to ride high on the Kansas City Royals. I'm also looking at the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know if I'm going to play it or not. I've got a ton of homework to do, guys. Now that I've been making some really good money, it's given me a little chance to kind of spend a little bit more time doing homework, which I love. So it's all good, guys. So we are Sports Bettors TV. We are the biggest show in the world.
Let me cut you for a minute. Guys, I put out the tweet on what I was doing, my main play. I'm going to put out a couple of more tweets later. I'm going to put out the series, what I redid it, added on to a couple of series plays. If you guys are interested in that, I'll put that parlay out so you can see, as I know you guys love looking all over every picture I send and dissecting it to the edge like somebody did yesterday to see the Lakers. How you did that, I have no idea. But whatever. But I'll sit out that picture. And anything else I do over the course of the evening, I'll put out the if bet package I'm thinking of doing with the Rockets and the Raptors as well. Good luck to you.
Definitely, guys. So Sports Bettors TV and SportsBettorsTV.com. We are out there 7 days a week on all the social media outlets. We love you to death. Go out there, go easy, do your homework, and get that money. Take care. Oh.